You're listening to the Wife Wednesday Radio Network. Find, follow, and like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and more. You can hear us across the U.S. and around the world on Apple Podcasts, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Amazon Podcasts, Spotify, and more. Now, here are your favorite radio wives.
Hey everybody, it's Wednesday and I'm one of your wives, Sina.
And I'm Nicole.
We're back with a whole new season of the Wife Wednesday show, and you can now find us on every major podcast platform across the country.
That's right. So sit back, relax, and join us for this week's episode here on the Wife Wednesday Radio Network.
So this morning, I get suckered into like the Facebook ads that have stories. And I start reading them and I get like 6 chapters in and then it's like, download our app. Yes. And I'm like, fuck you, I'll make my own ending.
Literally, yes. Hi, how are you?
Welcome to book club episode.
Welcome to book club.
That can be the beginning of
Literally can't wait for you to join the book club at work.
Actively.
So that you can listen to the books as we all are listening to the books as
Who's all in this group?
Me, Brittany, and Mom right now.
Okay, love it.
Because Laurel's not into the smut stuff. She's thinking about reading Haunting Adeline.
I'm not into it, so let me go into
literally.
the rated X book.
I know.
I was like, honey,
I
no.
know. I'm like, it's not where you should start, but if
is
you're
not
going to
where you
start
should
there, that's
start.
where you go, I guess.
Like, start with 50 Shades or something.
Right? Well, I think she read 50 Shades.
Because that's vanilla.
It's very vanilla.
I remember when we first met and you convinced me to read it.
Yeah.
And
Because I was reading it because Steph from the kitchen made me read it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I could not put it down.
And that was the edgiest thing you had read.
Yeah, it was.
And for me, that was just like normal. I loved it, but it was just so normal
we had
for
very
me.
different childhoods.
Yeah. I had unrestricted access to books.
Yeah. Well, I had access to books. I had
restricted.
I know. I had 3 Harry Potter books that I didn't know that I had when I was a child.
Bless your heart.
I was like, I don't even know who gave me these.
I want to say the first time I read a romance novel that had like active sex and everything in it, I must have been 13.
Yeah. My mom and grandma definitely read like the Fabio books.
Oh my god.
Oh, for
I
sure.
love that.
Like I remember seeing them by their like chairs and stuff, but not really
Fabio.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I have read so many different books in the romance genre, like so many subgenres, like, you know, sci-fi, aliens.
Ma'am. She was gonna jump up there with Buddha.
His sereneness. Well, that one's not his sereneness.
No,
that is smiling face Buddha.
Mm-hmm.
He would probably be okay with it. However, those are antique porcelain wine bottles or sake bottles.
Don't do it. Okay. I worry about going back into the fantasy genres that we used to read because I'm like, are they going to be boring?
They will
to
not
me now
be boring.
Yeah.
I highly recommend switching and reading something young adult before diving back into full fantasy.
Yeah.
Because young adult will give you that blend of having a little bit of romance with mostly a fantasy and non-romance driven plot.
Yeah.
And then you can dive back into the regular stuff.
Yeah. I love young adult books.
Me too. I love them. I think I've said it before. The thing about young adult books and even just children's books, because I love children's chapter books too.
Yeah.
There's a demon.
Oh my gosh.
The thing about it is children's books have so many less. It just feels like they have less rules.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to explain why.
No. Bam.
Bootsy,
you're going to get in trouble from Daddy if you change any of our settings.
Yeah. Daddy handpicked those.
We have not touched them since.
There's red light glowing on her face like the devil she is.
But yes, I agree about the children's chapter books.
You know, like if you're going to have
Junie B. Jones kind of books.
Yeah.
And
if you're going to be talking about, well, this dolphin literally has the speech or the gift of speech. You don't have to explain why. It just
exactly.
is.
That's it.
That's why.
Thank you. She was really stressing me out. OMG, that was the cutest thing ever. Yes, it absolutely was. But I figured we could start with Haunting Adeline. We read it last month.
We did.
Not this month, but I still wanted to talk about it just a little bit.
We can absolutely talk about it. I am obsessed.
Literally, okay. So I loved Haunting Adeline. And then I started reading Hunting Adeline. And it was, I got to like chapter 7 and it was just too much for me.
I told you,
like Brittany read the whole Hunting Adeline.
So did I.
That beginning part, I was starting to get the, like, I could vomit.
Yes,
feeling.
And it gets worse.
I know. That's why I was like, I'm okay with not reading this book.
I remember texting you and telling you that I was like, you're going to have a problem with this.
Yeah.
Having read
it's a good thing that Cena knows my triggers.
I do, because I remember how you were with the Lovely Bones.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was... The thing with the Lovely Bones is I saw it as a movie, and then I read it. And it... Yes.
You didn't understand what actually happened?
In the movie
versus the book.
Yeah.
And just like trigger warning for anyone who's listening, there in Hunting Adeline, there is. So she's been sex trafficked.
Yes.
So there's so much rape.
Oh, so much rape.
And violence and just horrible, awful things. And that's what happens. Like,
I literally was like thinking, like, if I were to talk to the author, like, who hurt you?
Who hurt you? But
you had to write about it like that.
I think it was the author was shining a light on what actually happens to these sex trafficking victims.
Yeah.
And since you didn't finish reading that book,
you can tell me the ending.
I will. Obviously, so they send these girls that they're sex trafficking and like had been training in this house. And like all of these like mobsters are just using them and everything. But they make them like do this competition kind of thing, like in this maze in the woods where they could. These men paid lots of money to like hunt hunting them.
People, yeah.
And it was awful. And but at that point, Adeline gets familiar with the grounds. And eventually she does escape because one of the other girls literally tries to murder her because she's insane.
Is it Libby?
No.
Oh.
No.
Is it Libby?
Libby is that one from the crazy girl.
Yeah.
No, in fact, she helps.
They're making a book about her.
Yeah, she helps find Adeline. Like in a way. Is that where they... However it ends up, Zaid Meadows comes and he gets Adeline. She's literally laying in an abandoned train car.
Okay.
Literally like, I've run away. They're gonna hunt me and kill me. Or, she's pretty much accepting I'm going to die.
Yeah.
And then it's Zaid that finds her. And then she is so damaged. She's like going to therapy, like once he rescues her, and they like literally take out everybody. Obviously, in the best Zaid Meadows revenge possible.
Obviously.
And then, like they go back. Her mother, like there's news because she's an author. She's famous.
Yeah.
News coverage that she's back, blah, blah, blah. Zaid literally just moves into the mansion with her. And he starts, she cringes at his touch.
Mm-hmm.
And she has to recover from everything. Yeah. And he's like, all right, what we're going to do is we're going to teach you to defend yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're like training. And that's when Sibby.
That's what it is. I was like, it's not Libby, but no, it's close. Yeah,
Sibby. And that's when Sibby shows up again because she breaks out of the prison.
She's just like a Harley Quinn.
Yes.
Crazy.
And so she shows up and Zayd's like, literally. I don't know what to do. Can she stay with us? Kind of thing.
Yes.
And so Adeline makes like a split-second decision, kind of like, well, if she's here, I'm safer.
Yeah. And
so she gets there and, you know, Sibby has all these imaginary henchmen and they're like, no having imaginary sex with your henchmen on the dining room table.
Yes.
No one wants to know about it. And like, the second half of that book is literally them getting revenge and taking down this sex ring.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, like the revenge scene is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But there is definitely a lot of darkness and violence.
I was just chosen by your baby.
I see that.
It's the greatest thing ever.
She's like, let me gnaw you. I always think it's like a tickle pain.
Yes, it is. Like it doesn't hurt, but it's also like when Wednesday gets my feet.
Yes.
And like the arch of my foot. I'm like, ma'am, it doesn't hurt, but you're tickling the crap out of my feet.
Yeah, and I'm about to start kicking.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the book, it ends really well.
I just kind of remade the ending to the first book in my mind, and that's how I kept it.
Yeah, you know what? And that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was fine that way, too.
And it was hard to basically decide that I wasn't going to read that after, like, you've read it, and Brittany's read it, and I just kind of was like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And, like, a lot of people, I hope, know that it's okay to just stop a book. You don't have to finish it.
No, you don't. Especially like for you, that was it hit your limit.
Yeah.
On what you could handle and what you could read.
Yeah. So
like even me, like I remember laying upstairs on the couch reading some of that stuff. And I slowed down reading that. Haunting Adeline, book 1. I would have read that without eating or sleeping.
Yes, same.
Haunting Adeline was harder to get through.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Way harder to get through. Mm-hmm. It took me longer to read it.
I don't know how Brittany did it. I literally don't. Because she'd be listening to it at work. I don't know. I just don't. It's okay. She's just a demon. It's okay.
I know.
Worse things could be happening.
If you want to know who shreds the napkins, it's her.
Yeah, Okay, well, moving on from that trauma.
What else you been reading, babe?
Okay, so I've been in a series. I'm currently in the 3rd book. I had to stop yesterday. One, because I had to be a mother, and I can't listen to a book and mother my children at the same time. And then I started writing with you, and obviously life was over. It's ma'am. It's the Filthy Wicked, or no. Is it Filthy Wicked? Hold on. Yeah, Filthy Wicked Psychos series. The first one's called Twisted Game, then Beautiful Devils, then
are those the ones that they're like light blue?
No,
no, that's Twisted.
No. This is a different. There's a book called Twisted Games, which is the one you're thinking of.
Okay.
This one is Twisted Game. And then there was Beautiful Devils. I'm in the middle of Corrupt Vow. And then the last one is Savage Hearts. It's about...
Who's the author?
Hold on. Eva Ashwood.
Okay.
And she has another series that I'm really interested in too after we're done with this one. But it's basically virgin girl, 3 brothers.
Okay.
And I just, yesterday, spoilers? Listen, people, these are going to be spoilers. I'm in the third book. Do you want to know about?
Yeah, because I won't read it because I'm not into that kind of thing. Weirdly,
I think you would like it, but this is the third book, and they finally just had like double penetration vibes happening. Yes,
some DP.
Literally, it's fantastic. The brothers' names are Malice and Victor, who are twins, and then Ransom, who is the little brother.
Oh my god. Sounds ratchet.
And her name's Willow.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. It's a great series. Literally, I had to stop. I had to. And I was like, oh my god.
Because I can only deal with one movie man at a time.
I listen to books fast. We both do.
Yeah.
When we listen. Because our brains can follow that. Brittany's cannot. So when I listened to the first one, we both started at the same time. But I finished like a whole 12 hours before her. And it was very hard because I was at work when it ended. And I was like audibly like gasping and hitting things. I dropped my earbud behind my desk and we had to get on the floor and try and get it.
Oh
like,
my god.
It was a whole thing. Laurel comes over. She's like, are you okay? I'm like, no, I'm not. And, and Brittany's like, what is happening? I'm like, I literally can't tell you. And then she called me the next day because we were both work from home. It was Thursday. And she's like, I fucking knew it. I'm like, I know. Oh my gosh. It's a great series though. Not a lot of trauma things because it's like all three of them actually love her. And she loves all three of them for different reasons. Like in different ways, I should say.
Yeah.
Because Victor, she hasn't had sex with Victor yet.
Because wait, there's the fourth one?
No, that's the twin.
Oh.
She had double penetration from Malice and Ransom.
Okay, not the twins.
There you go. Victor has a problem with touching people, but also loves to, like, all the brothers watch each other have sex with her, including Victor.
See, that's the weird part for me. They're brothers.
I don't
want to watch my sister have sex.
Victor, he gets off to it all the time. Like when they were having the double penetration, he just came on her back.
Jesus.
And like, he's kissed her now, though. We've gotten to the kissing stage with Victor. I'm just waiting for that sex scene. Like, and like they've had like cameras in her house and like she's gotten off while Victor's on the phone with her and he's watching her through the cameras.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The cameras are there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yes. That's why she did it.
So she's putting on a show.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. 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 I think you should listen to at least the first book.
We'll see, because since they're all actual brothers
on Wednesday,
since they're all actual brothers, it's kind of incesty for me. And that
one's not. Like literally,
he's coming to his brothers fucking the same girl he wants to fuck.
Yes.
Yeah, it's incesty. I would never jack off watching either one of my siblings have sex.
It's different. It's different.
I'm just saying. I don't want to see my sister fuck my husband.
Yes, I know. They basically say, like, you're ours kind of thing. It's
okay, which is hot.
Yes, like, I'm telling you, you need to listen to the first book.
Couldn't they just be cousins?
Listen, you can't judge it until you read the first book.
Okay, I've read plenty of books and stopped plenty of books because of those.
Listen, you can start it and then stop.
So you're telling me I have to start this?
You have to try.
I have to try.
I tried Hunting Adeline. Couldn't do it. Stopped. It's okay to stop.
But then I get anxiety about unfinished series.
Why?
Because I'm a completionist.
Ma'am, you'll be okay. Okay. But Yeah, I'm going to finish Corrupt Vow on Monday because I only have like 2 hours left of it and I'm on reception throughout the day. And then I'll just start the next one on Tuesday and probably finish it on Wednesday.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. I have to finish this series because
you'll have to let me know how Victor gets in there.
Don't you worry, okay? I will let you know.
Which one of his brothers does he pop out of a hole so he can jump into it?
I love you so much.
I'm going to judge this one. I'm judging.
No, it is
judging.
Ma'am.
Incest.
Ma'am.
It's incest.
It's not.
It's incest.
It is not.
It is.
No, it's not. They're not having sex with each other.
He's getting off
to her, not him. Not him at all.
His girl.
No.
It's gross.
No. It's not that at all.
DP.
I know.
Their balls are going to be touching.
It's totally... You have to read the books. Okay, you cannot judge it until you read the books.
Okay.
This is what books club for, people. So, what books are you in the middle of reading?
So I've dropped the ball and I haven't read shit but my fanfic.
I know we've been in fanfic
balls deep.
Yeah,
I am in. I am reading the Cruel Prince series.
By the way, fanfic. Hold on. I wasn't sure if Raven was going to get mad that he was there talking to Gwen or not.
See,
it was literally when I showed up, I was like, it's going to go either two ways. Let's see how I go.
That's what I thought. And that's like one thing I kept writing about him touching me.
I know.
Physically.
I know.
And I almost didn't know if you wanted to be like, oh, I was sitting down the lane watching or like, but you have the motorcycle. So obviously we hear you.
Yes. It almost went that way though. It didn't.
Yeah.
But
especially when he was like wiping my tears away. I was like, oof.
She wouldn't know though.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
No point.
Yeah. So yeah, I had fun with that too.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of baited you with it. I was like, I'll see what she does. Like,
I know what she's doing. I literally sat there reading. I'm like, I know what she's doing. I literally was just sitting there waiting for you to write and watching you drive everything.
And then I didn't get to finish writing it.
I know. Because I started
edging you, baby.
Because I started cooking soup, and then I was just sitting there. I was like, oh my god.
I know. So, anyways, I am reading the Cruel Prince series by Holly Black. I meant to read this literally weeks ago, and then I got sucked into TikTok world and fanfic, and also I'm changing jobs.
Oh yeah,
and I've just been overwhelmed,
getting your mind
with
right.
things. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. I'm slowly going to be buying all those books. So my girl Bridget is reading ACOTAR now.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm going to start rereading the series as well because I have the first book. I only listened to it as an audiobook. I want to actually read it this time.
I still have to finish the third and start the fourth.
Literally, Bridget sent me a picture. She's on the next book. And she's like, she's on book 2.
That's like one of the best.
Have you gotten this far yet? And I'm like, girl, I've read the whole series. And she's like, how'd you read it so fast? I'm like, no, girl, I read it forever ago.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm rereading it now.
Yeah.
But I can tell you what series I kind of want to read.
I'm here for it.
So I do want to read the Ice Barbarian Planet
series. Yeah, I remember you talking about
read
it. We talked about this last book club.
We did, and I still haven't had the bravery to buy it.
Okay.
But I will at some point. My next date with my husband that we go to Barnes & Noble. Why not pick up all my porn books?
Exactly.
Literally, Andrew's like half salty about our Potter porn. He's like, you're always writing Potter porn. You're always writing porn. And I'm like, it's not just porn.
It's not.
I'm like, there's a whole world.
I'm getting to my story. It's just taking a while.
You had to get through your porn first.
Yes. Well, it's because my story doesn't show up for like another 2 months.
Yeah.
So I can't really do anything about it yet.
And then you threw wrenches in my plan by giving me other ideas.
I'm telling you the obscure thing, and that he's like, I don't even remember what was happening other than that, what you were saying.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Because maybe I warm up to Finn again. Like, maybe in the beginning of the relationship, you guys were great together, and then he kind of changed, and that's when the obscure
because
took
he
over.
made a Horcrux?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, spoiler alerts.
That you guys will never read.
Yeah, though you'll never read. But
don't ever expect that.
Only hear about it.
Yeah. Only Therese has access to that.
That is true, and she can't keep up.
I know.
Sorry, Therese.
I'm telling you.
Maybe it's because she's reading all about our very graphic sex scenes.
Probably.
She's like, damn, how many times do these bitches get fucked?
Yes. Raven is a very sexual person and has been in every book that I've written her in. That is just her personality.
Yeah. And Gwen's a submissive.
Yeah. For sure.
Like, tell me around my ankles, daddy.
When you... I had so much anxiety when you were like, we were just in here. She was getting permission from me. And I was like, oh my God, what is she doing? Oh my God. Like, how I reacted is how I was reacting in real life. I was stressed. Sorry to interrupt you, though. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. There's been a couple series that like I've saved on TikTok.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then
Brittany has a lot of us to go through and write down.
Yeah, I just haven't written them down.
Yeah.
I've saved some in like my Amazon and then I forget about them. And then I'm like, lost interest.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my problem is if I don't grab it while I have my interest on it,
yes,
I'm going to forget about it.
Brittany and I were like, we're going to upgrade me and then have you and mom just give us like a couple dollars a month so that we can have the 4 credits.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Listen, once you're in the office life where you don't have to talk to people face to face, listen, I just miss listening to things while I work. It helps me work.
I miss that as well.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how when I switch to this job with you,
mm-hmm.
if I'll have more energy because I'll have less face-to-face time with people.
I see what
you get what I mean? Because like when you give away a bit of yourself every time you're interacting with someone.
Yeah.
And as a bank teller, I'm face-to-face with every one of my customers.
Mm-hmm. And we're decompressed people. So I will say once you get on like the phones, it kind of gets like, because you have to have that customer service voice.
Which is fine.
Which is fine. But the calls last like tops 5 minutes at most.
Yeah.
Most times. But I definitely decompress all the way home. Unless you call me or I have to call someone.
I only call you for emergencies at that time.
Emergencies or lunch.
Or lunch. That is because I know you like phone calls.
I do like phone calls. It makes me happy.
It's for you.
It really is.
Like that is something
literally Brittany and I
trained myself into.
On Thursdays, Brittany and I are on the phone all day, even if we're not talking to each other. We're just on the phone while we work. And that's just what we do. Bitch about people. Figure out how we're supposed to do this fucking change. If we're supposed to refer this shit or not. It's the whole thing. I have to train Angel on home apps this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. I'll probably be training you on home apps as well. Or Otto. Who knows?
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Mommy, teach me.
Oh, yeah, baby. Sorry, this is book club.
This is book club.
Not Wife Wednesday.
We did not prepare. I did not prepare for book club as much as I should have.
It's okay. Any others that you were thinking of reading?
Okay.
Brittany just read God of Malice, and there's more in that series, but she said it was really good. It doesn't have to do with the books. that we're currently reading.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to make that clear.
The incest books.
It's not incest.
The incest books.
It's not incest. You can't judge a book by its cover.
I'm not judging it by the cover. I'm judging it by its synopsis.
No, that is a terrible synopsis. Getting it from someone who's terrible at synopsis. Synopsi.
I save a lot of stuff that I never buy to my Amazon list. So excuse me while I scroll down to find the books.
I feel you.
I should go through and purge this because there's a lot of things I don't need anymore in this wish list.
Let's see. Oh, I thought I turned the volume all the way down. Sorry about that, folks.
Wow, Zena. I put a lot of stuff in here.
Still breathing. Oh, there is a book I have in my queue to read. I will tell you in a moment. Let me see. Oh no, it's on.
Or is it in Prime reading list? Is that what? Amazon changed how my wish lists are.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Until I Get You by Claire Contreras is one that I'm going to read.
What kind of genre is it? Is it like a contemporary or what was I thinking?
Let me look at the deets. I have 3. Oh, this is Brittany's. I was like, how do I have 3 credits available? And this is Brittany's account. It's at a college and hockey. I don't like reading the summaries, so I'm trying not to do that. Okay. Tropes. Hockey romance, new adult, obsessed possessive hero, boy falls first, JP hero? I don't know what that is. Dark themes, content warning in the book. Oh. I need to stop reading. I don't like reading book summaries.
I think we should do... What would be our next book club month, you know?
I can tell
next
you.
Season?
No. This is only month. There's 2 book clubs a season.
Okay.
And this is the first one this season.
Because I think we should pick a book again for book club.
November.
So our last episode this season will be a book club episode.
Yes.
I think we should pick a book and announce it and put it on our socials. And
I've been lacking in that.
I know.
I saw you
sent you a...
I was busy last Monday. I'm sorry.
So was I. It was a busy week.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It can be used this Monday.
Exactly. That's what I was like. All right, it's ready.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
And I think we should pick a book that's not our normal genre.
Okay. What aspect?
What aspect?
Stress.
I think we should...
do you have an idea of the genre?
I was thinking another thriller.
Okay, yeah.
Because we've been on the romance kick.
Oh, yeah, I'm down with a thriller.
And we haven't done a thriller in a while. And I think we should go to the New York Best Times. Okay. Or the New York Times bestsellers list. And I think we should look for the number 1 thriller book.
Down with a thriller.
Out. As long as it's not a series, I want a standalone book for book club.
Hannah said Fourth Wing is good.
Fourth Wing is on my to be read list.
Yeah, same.
So yeah, that one, Fourth Wing, is definitely one I want to read. It's one of those ones, actually, my friend G-Bag, so Levi.
Yeah.
He messaged me and he's like, listen, this one keeps popping up as something to read. And he's like, but I don't know because it seems kind of romancy. And I'm like, do you want
There's
me
a lot of adventure in it, I was told.
Yeah.
Too.
And so I asked him, do you want me to pre-read it? And he's like, yeah.
Every time you say Levi, I think of Gojo Levi.
I know. I drove by and saw him today.
No way.
Or not today, the other day. He came back.
Okay, I was right. I saw him that one time on the street that Leroy's is on.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
So I'm worried because I think that means he's in activities he shouldn't be.
Don't worry about it. It's not your life.
I know
anymore.
he's not, but he was my friend.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, in Andrew's Discord, we ended up making I was like, excuse me, you need to put somewhere where I can put the books that I'm reading on.
For G-Bag.
And so G-Bag and I are the only ones that comment in this. Oh, excuse me. Jose did.
Mm-hmm.
Jose did. He said, if we're recommending books, this was July 17th, check out Rant, an oral biography of Buster Casey. It's a good read, but damn, you'll get uncomfortable.
Who's Buster Casey?
I don't know. Literally, I'm like,
listen,
Jose, we are fantasy readers. Like, G-Bag's all like, you should read this series, The Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson. This series has been amazing since page 1. And like, don't come in here with those autobiography shits on our fantasy book page.
This book Rant has 3 books from 2007.
Oh, it's an oldie.
It is an oldie. Genres: novel, science fiction, satire, horror fiction, psychological fiction.
Satire.
That's what it says.
That's a strange one to throw in that mix.
I know. Yeah. So. Yeah.
So anyone on anyone who actually listens to book club episodes, is there a book maybe that people would want us to read and pass judgment on? Therese? Is there a book you want Nicole and I to read?
That's in the thriller
genre.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at some.
Yeah, we can look
at
I
want
some
to
today.
like I said, I want a standalone novel. Yeah. It's just something like a break from all the fantasy penis, which isn't a problem.
It just is also
palate cleanser.
Literally, yes.
Just a palate cleanser. Yeah. And then that way you can be like, well, I did read something wholesome and not like wholesome.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I was just thinking of what I told you about the other day.
Oh. You tell me a lot of things, so I'm not sure what that is. The thing that
I sent you the picture.
Oh, you were talking about this morning.
That as well.
Let's just say, did you love my reaction where I was like, you need to unsave this so it's not in our chat?
Yes. Yes, I only saved it because I was like...
To make sure I saw it?
Well, yes, because I was like, I don't want her to open it and then not be in the right scene and close it and then not see it.
I know. I kept like tapping unsave, unsave, and I'm like, why won't it go away? Like, go away.
Oh my God, I love you so much.
I was at work. Work. You'll have to tell Daddy about what this was about. Daddy, when you get to this point, just text the group. And Nicole will enlighten you.
Just text us anyway because you're not texting us back. And
I have been getting TikToks from him, so I know he's alive.
Exactly, yes.
I feel like we should just call him sometime.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us for this month's Book Club of Smut. Let us know what books you want us to read in the thriller genre.
Yeah, we're going to prepare for our next book club, but we're also going to talk about the books we have make sure also to document what I'm reading.
That's what I
until
figured too.
Next book club.
Yeah, I might make a thing for me to put like my book library
and
thing.
then you can like I think what we should do is get a basic questionnaire thing.
I like that.
And we'll like post the picture of the album or like
the cover. I knew what you meant.
The book cover.
Yeah.
And then we'll have like a set of like 3 questions for us to fill out.
Yeah.
So that way when we get to book club next year.
Chilies.
Next book club in November. No. Wow. And I'm sober.
Sorry, I was having thoughts. I'm trying to think of things for book club at work. What we could do.
Yeah.
because Brittany does not have Discord, and I doubt Mom has Discord.
That's a real shame.
I know. I told her, I'm like, if you get Discord, you can read our crap smut. It's totally fine because she knows about it anyways. And yeah.
So if we don't do Discord, we could always do a Teams thing.
Well, yeah, true. Well, we have Teams at work, but we should not.
Not in that.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
Our own
I was like,
private one. Thank you. No. The last thing we want is coworker Keith that I've never met to be able to see what we're reading.
Oh, he wouldn't. You can make groups on Teams.
Fine.
Yeah.
But I still want to do it out in the work
IT,
stuff.
The IT can see everything. IT sees all. Literally. They can literally type a word and they can find all messages with that word in it.
We would do it through our phones.
Oh, for sure. But there's an app that has like a library, a visually pleasing library, and I kind of want to do that. I have to look it up again. It's been like months since I heard about it, so I have to find it again.
Yeah.
Because Goodreads is like outdated.
I know. I used Goodreads for so long.
Yeah.
I have like 500 books on there. Mm-hmm. But it's outdated.
It's very outdated. They need to update.
They do. First of all, brown sepia tones for your whole website?
Yeah, no. Like, make us want to be there.
Make it black.
Make it black. Have a bookshelf that visually shows your books as like on a bookshelf.
Yes. But like a coffin-shaped bookshelf.
Yeah.
Like custom bookshelves. Mm-hmm. Reach out to us.
Yeah. God bless.
My brain fell out.
Oh.
So I think that's it for my book club. I have been not reading, but because I've been writing.
Yeah. I mean, I listen to books, so it's easy for me. It'll become easier for you.
Oh, yeah.
You switch jobs.
Amen.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode.
This week's show was recorded by yours truly in our studio in Ohio.
Our show is edited, mixed, and published by the team at Lead Up Studios, and our executive producer is Dustin,
aka Daddy.
You've been listening to the Wife Wednesday podcast.
Until next time,
bye!
You've been listening to the Wife Wednesday Radio Network. Wife Wednesday is produced by Lead Up Studios in St. Louis, Missouri. Sound mastering and final production is handled by me, Dustin. Be sure to find, like, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And don't forget to share the show with your friends. New episodes from the Wife Wednesday Radio Network drop every Wednesday on all major podcast platforms in the U.S. and abroad. To contact the show directly, please email us at info@wifewednesdaypod.com. Thanks for listening.